My name is Ali Warsama. People call me Ali Somali. I'm a business training consultant for a human capital management based in America. And what I do is I train corporate clients and also associates. So hence, let's say like Cambridge University, Work University, UCL, Glasgow and Smith. So all their HR or human capital managers, I train them. So that's my post. It's the business training consultant. Okay, just to break that down a bit. So Somali secondary school student graduates, and let's say they don't have enough qualification to go to university, to actually attend perhaps maybe sixth form. What they can do is they have few options. One is to go straight into employment and seek experience, and the other one is to get some sort of an apprenticeship with corporate companies, in the hopes that eventually that they will get enough qualifications and perhaps maybe they can actually go to university and obtain some sort of a degree. Or another option is to go to sixth form and then get their A levels and then go to university in the traditional way of doing it. So I think that is the secondary students summed up, and the university students to get a job after graduation is difficult. One, you're black. Two, you're a Muslim. So you have those two issues attached to your name. So when you're in university, so let's say first year, second year, what you need to do is you need to start looking for work. Don't wait till your third year to look for work, because it's going to be extremely difficult for you to get a job. Because it's extremely competitive. So, and as I mentioned, that you're black and you're Muslim, so those two, they stack up against you. So that is an obstacle on the university graduates. So they need to start looking for work first year, second year of university. The issues of race always come through, because the majority of the Somali community in the UK, they live in a bubble. What I meant by that is they shop with the Somali community, they buy stuff from, let's say, the Asian community, so they don't actually see the white community of the country. So they just live in their own little enclaves where they don't encounter the real life of the UK. So and once they get a job outside of London, then they encounter some sort of racism. All of a sudden they just become shell-shocked, where a lot of them actually resign, and then they just say, something, I'm not looking for work because so-and-so is racist, or that company is racist, or nobody's hiring me. And the reality is that you have to work 10 times more for you to get a decent job or to even get a pay raise. So that's the issues with the Somali community that they mainly encounter is racism after university graduation. Well, that is, I think, to answer that question, I think it depends on the person. If the student thinks that they don't have the skills to go to university or study, or they don't have the discipline to do so, then apprenticeship is the way forward, because that will give them quick access to employment. On the other hand, if you go to university, then that might be the traditional ways, to go to university and study for 3 years and then get some sort of an employment. But I think that it depends on the student. If a student is a reader and they study hard and they have the discipline to go to university for 3 years, then I would advise them to go to university, not only 3 years, but also to get a master's degree after obtaining their bachelor's degree. As now, bachelor's degree became like a secondary a diploma. So I would advise them to stay at the university for 4 years, 3 years bachelor's and 1 year MA, and then seek employment. But they should look for work within the first or second year of university. Somali parents are the most difficult parents on the planet when it comes to teaching their children. Speaking to many teachers within the education sector, every single teacher will say to you, I'm talking about Somali teachers, they will say to you they don't want to call the Somali parents because the Somali parent will always side with their child instead of siding with the teachers. So the teacher is always wrong and the child is always right. And I would advise that Somali parents to trust the teachers and not to side with their children. So I think that Somali parents are extremely soft when it comes to raising children, and I think instead of giving in to the needs of the children, they should be stricter and channel to guide them on the right direction. I think that this program that you're doing, Abd Samad, is a great one, the Trailblazing project. I think it's doing a lot of work for the Somali community, and I think it's the way forward.